And Adamek will go first. 41st appearance on TV in 15 years.
Donna Adamek here is starting the match. It was Sue Neidig's option whether she wanted to start or finish, and for Sue, she wanted to put the pressure on Donna. She did not want to have to step up and finish the match, and Donna Adamek opens up with a disastrous first frame.
4-6-7.
Pretty big split.
The padding on the elbow to prevent it from locking up.
She's always worn this brace in the past 4 or 5 years. We've seen it. It is, like you mentioned, it's a preventive device. It is strictly to keep her from locking her elbow. She has a lot of problems with her back, and when she locks her elbow, that just seems to increase the problems.
Adamek left this 6-pin, not the greatest of starts, and now Sue Neidig. 4th career television appearance.
Good start for this young lady. She has, as you mentioned, has only been on the telecast now 4 times, counting this evening. And she said to me, you know, I'm feeling more and more comfortable with it. The nerves were so high when I bowled Donna here just 2 years ago. My skirt was shaking, and so she's been getting better and better. She did win a couple matches recently on television, and we'll just have to wait and see. She's got a long road ahead of her if she were to go to the top tonight.
Looking for the double, and leaves the 7. Sue bowling with a little bit of a problem on the left hand, on the middle finger, a blister problem that kept her out of the last 4 weeks. Now, this has been her best year on tour, and this despite the fact, Leo, that she's been out of action for about a month.
Well, Sue Neidig has in the past been a part-time player, and she decided to take on the tour full-time this year. She started out, only missed 1 event for the first 6 months of the year, but as you mentioned, she hadn't put out the last 4 events due to a blister on her ring finger. It was a blood blister, and it just gave her a lot of problems while she competed, and so she went home and gave it time to rest.
Adamek left the first frame open. Now her second frame. Chasing Leanne Barrett for Player of the Year honors.
It's a must for Donna Adamek to win here tonight to take over the earnings category. She would then also tie Leanne Barrett with a number of titles. So a lot of pressure on Donna Adamek. Also a lot of pressure on her just to make the telecast. She said, you know, I didn't even really think about the Bowler of the Year race as much as I did to make the telecast because she has been so successful here at Sam's Town. She said, when I walk through the door, everybody assumes I'm going to bowl well. And I think that's a lot of pressure that she has applied to herself.
And picks up the spare. 2-pin.
Here's Donna's first shot. It appears the ball. She gives it room. It does not break back sharp enough to make it into the pocket. Gives it too much room. Threw that pretty hard. Threw it 18 miles an hour, leaving the 2-pin. And this was her first shot there was 17 miles an hour. You can see almost 18.
Adamek trailing by 11.
Once again, that ball going way out past where she really needs to not quite swing the ball that far, but she is trusting it. She's just not getting the reaction, getting the ball to break back. Whether she is going to definitely make a move, but you saw in the first frame she did make the adjustment. She went high, went through the nose. That time she comes up light, leaving the 2-8.
Adamek has won all 3 majors, one here back in 1988. Has 2 U.S. Open titles to her credit. Picks up the 2-8, second successful consecutive spare. And now it's Sue Neidig, who is up by 13. Frame number 3.
Sue Neidig has learned a lot in the past couple years. She said about the knowledge of the game, her equipment. She said, I used to come out and throw a full roller, and that's where you're tracking the ball between the fingers and the thumb hole. I then started to throw a 3/4 roller, which your track then is on the outside of the thumb and outside of the fingers. And she said I was getting a big difference in reaction, so I had to learn then, again, how to play the lanes.
Leaves is 6'10". Sue averaging 241 on the TV pair. Really done well on these 2 lanes.
Well, I've also talked to a few of the other players on the TV pair. Bill, when you average such a high game, it's usually only 1 or 2 games on the pair, but the left-handers seem to score better in the low end of the house than the right-handers did. Sue's game, like I said, very basic, starts the ball very low in her push away, brings the ball up just a little bit, not a lot of push. 4-step approach, big knee bend, stays down very well at the line.
Up by 11, Sue Neidig on the 4th frame, and leaves a 6.
Sue scratching her head as she comes back, a little uncertain as to why that ball broke so sharply. The lanes this week were oiled 26 feet. It was then buffed to 35. We're on a synthetic type of condition, or a synthetic lane surface. Therefore, the lanes play a little different than wood. And, you'll see a lot of backhand reaction, a lot of hook in about the last 15 feet of the lane.
Donna Adamek had to beat Sandra Jo Shirey in the position round to get into the TV round, and she was able to do that 234 to 210. So she had a very big performance there and has never won a tournament starting from the 5th position.
We had a very exciting position round last night. Also, Wendy McPherson was seeded number 2, and Danielle Mackey was number 1, and Lori Nichols was number 4. But Lori Nichols went all the way around up to 2, and there was a lot of moving going around. Now, Donna Adamek, using a 5-step approach, uses almost all of the approach. Big, long first step. You can see the pendulum push, high backswing, very low at the line. Head stays level. You can see the excellent follow-through. Her goal and objective this week was to get the ball to go long down the lane. The front part of the lane tended to hook a little early for her.
Adamek down by 10. That was her first strike of the match. 5th frame here. And a double.
It appeared Donna Adamek switched balls, coming back there with a double.
One of the things that was prevalent throughout the qualifying, the continual changing of equipment, as you just mentioned. Adamek was someone who did that. Sue Neidig did. We'll see Nana Miller-Mackey. She changed a lot. That was something that has been going on all week here.
Well, you really do see it when you travel out here nationally on the tour. The lanes change from day to day. You bowl morning, you bowl late at night. You need different equipment, and this week it was just a little bit more of an exception. Lanes changed a little bit quicker, and there was not a lot of consistency as you crossed the house. You needed to make those adjustments quickly.
Sue Neidig with the strike, and we're all tied up after 5 frames.
Sue Neidig with an 8.5-year-old daughter, Tara, and her father on board here this evening to watch her participate, and has been here all week. It's a long format. The players have been bowling for virtually 6 days. 52-game format. There's Tara, Father John.
Sue was joking that Father John has paced back and forth so much time on the rug all week, they're going to have to get a new carpet here at Sam's Town. Back and forth he's been going.
Well, I also know Lori Nichols' husband, Terry, and he's on hand and has been here all week, so he was probably helping him.
So Sue picks up the spare on the 4-7, and we'll be back with our first match, Donna Adamek and Sue Neidig, in a moment. Frame number 6.
Working on a double. Donna has added a piece of tape in her ball while we were away. Appears that she said to me her thumb was going down. She needed to add a little tape, get a better